I was gonna ask you, how do you wake up every morning and carry on?
As long as God lives, if it's God that lets me wake up every morning, I'm happy because I'm still here.
Yeah.
I was 17 years old. My brother was beat to death. He was kicked in the head so many times. He was gorgeous. He had all the girls after him. He doesn't even know what life was about. He got kicked in the head so many times. He would have been a vegetable if he lived.
Wow.
He was a gymnastic. He was an artist. He was going to be a very good artist. And I mean, like, he could do a three-toed dragon, and you would think he was just good at everything he done. And he had so many girlfriends. And my sister's boyfriend was a schizophrenic, and she left him.
Yeah.
And he was up there learning how to be a mechanic and perseveres. And because she left him, he said, if you don't come back tonight, I'm going to put a beating on your brother. He beat him so bad that he had to take him to another house because he had guns and drugs in that house. So he moved him to transport him to another house, then called an ambulance. He choked on his own blood. If he had lived, he would have been a vegetable. That's how many times he was kicked in the head by 3 men.
At 17 years old?
I was 17.
Oh, you were 17.
He was 21. I'm the youngest of 4 army brats.
Okay.
So to see my mother almost jump on that coffin when the pallbearers, a mother shouldn't have to bury her child. A child should bury the parent.
So true, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
So
You want to get you.
That's what started me on drugs right there.
Yeah. Then you relapse right there, huh?
No, that's what started me.
I was
17.
Yeah.
I started drugs.
Wow.
Started smoking pot.
Yeah.
Then started snorting oxys, painkillers.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then he came from up north after he killed my brother, and wanted to know where my sister was. I was downstairs. I was now 21, drinking beers with my buddies.
Yeah.
And I went up into my washroom. He slit his wrists, but the right way. He knew what he was doing. Very smart, educated man. He's the one that beat my brother to death.
Yeah.
Now he wants to know where my sister was because she walked out on him. She ran barefoot to a hospital in Perseveres, Ontario.
Yeah.
No purse, no ID. She was so scared. She went as far as Florida. He found her and beat her all the way back with a butt end of a rifle. Come into my mother's house and said, where's your daughter? I love her and I want her back. Went up into my mother's washroom. She worked nights at Howard Johnson's. He slit his wrist the right way and it was full of blood. I had to clean that up at 17 years old so my mother wouldn't see it when she come home from work. That man ruined our whole family.
Is he still alive? Or?
That man's still alive. He was.
How come he hasn't been arrested for the murder of your brother?
Okay, I'll tell you what happened. When he went to court, he got a charge of second-degree murder. They dropped it because they said it was, no, he got charged first-degree murder. They dropped it to second-degree murder. And then because they said it wasn't planned, well, when you phone the mother of that boy and say, if you don't tell me where your daughter is, my girlfriend, I'm going to put a beating on your brother. That's not planned?
That's planned, of course.
His parents had so much money, the courts dropped it to manslaughter.
Yeah.
He done 2 years in the easiest, it's called Beaver Camp Detention Center, and it's cabins.
He did only 2 years?
Huh?
He only got
2 years? Only done 2 years, and these cabins you can go out and walk.
Yeah.
You're not in a cage in a detention center.
Yeah.
You're in like little cottages. I've never seen pictures of it. It's called Beaver Creek something. He done not even 2 years in there, and he got to go out and run and exercise. He wasn't treated like inmates in a cage. Great. He was in the easiest place to do time. He didn't even go to the Joyceville pen, Kingston pen. He went to a camp for 2 years.